tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the Tier 10 Chinese Tech Tree Medium, the WZ121. This vehicle is the best medium really in the game when it comes to just how good it is in every single category. First of all, 420 damage per shot. That's the highest you'll find on any medium, and you'd think, well, maybe it suffers on accuracy, aiming time, damage per minute. Well, 3200 DPM with Cali and 3440 with Rammer is just up there with other tier 10 mediums. It's got bad dispersion, but as a savior, it only has a 2.2 second aiming time, which means that for the most part, as long as you're within 100 meters of your opponents, you're gonna be absolutely smashing them with that insanely fast aiming time. In fact, that is the fastest aiming time in tier 10. If we take a look at the mobility, it's fast, 56 kilometers per hour, average is 40, it's got great traverse speed, it's a super mobile vehicle, and as well the armor profile on this tank, it has the same armor as a T-54, which means on flat ground, we can see that the upper plate is upwards of 240, and just using 6 degrees of gun depression makes it over 300 millimeters thick, 323, and if you angle it correctly, I mean, it's gonna be really hard to pen, 360, 370, It's actually a pretty dang strong vehicle as well. The turret cheeks are quite good, although I will say it has quite a large turret because it has to house a 122mm cannon. So that is one thing to keep in mind, is that the 121's turret cheeks are a bit large and they can be penetrated. However, the fact that you have 420 alpha means that even if you get penned, you can very easily out-trade enemy opponents with this tank. I mean, heck, your average medium has 350 damage per shot. And this has, what, an extra 70 alpha over that? So it is quite a big jump. So I think the 121 is fantastic. It really is everything you would want for a tier 10 medium. The only thing I want now is for Wargaming to load me into a battle. Here we are in our battle. I don't know why the matchmaker took so long to get me in one. It's probably like, ha, we're gonna give Droodles the worst teams ever. But that's not gonna stop me. The enemy team has a Leopard 1, and that's actually all they have for mobility. Now, unfortunately, we have a T-54E1, and I always just say, as a rule of thumb, and mostly anybody driving a 54E1 is gonna do bad in the vehicle. It's a pretty tricky tank to drive, and yeah, for the average player, it's just a death sentence. But I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna chill, waiting on medium side. Hello. Oop, there's the leopard spotted, and boom! There you go. And a perfect example of the armor getting a bounce already. That leopard gets tracked, and well, we're gonna load in. We'll just fire standard. If you'll notice, my game's a little laggy. I don't know why, but I got like 4% packet loss, so I'm not gonna go for any risky shots when my game's lagging a bit. Yeah, I have no clue why my game's lagging, but well, if I did, I probably would have fixed it by now. But oh well, can't do anything about that. Let's make our way over here, and I'm not gonna worry about base cap as we are up on cap already. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flank over this way, maybe get a shell into the 50 TP, and look at this aiming time. It is pretty insane how quick this vehicle can aim in, and it gives you very easy shots on enemies. Now, I'm just gonna go for another quick snap, maybe. There you go. Nice 525 tap as well. Just absolutely badonkering with that alpha. Wow, look at that. Our T-54E1 is dead. It's literally, like, sad that you can just predict how a player's going to do by the tank they're driving. Unfortunately, our K91 just got clobbered by a 183. But once again, not much I can do about that. Let's go for the 50B first. There you go. Long live the enemy 50B. And now we reload. Now, this is a pretty good spot, I would say, for me here, because the enemy's going to have a very hard time dealing with me. Look at that 473 tap. It just feels so nasty to roll somebody for so much damage. Unfortunately, just watched my 57 Heavy get ammo racked, but that's not going to affect me. There you go. Nice shell into the 183. He didn't pen me. And, yeah, long live you tank, dude. You're not surviving this. Oh, boy. Alright, well, we got a full health mouse, and it appears that... Oh, you want to poke me. That's what it appears. Boop! Ah, I was kind of hoping that would hit the hatch on his vehicle. The reason I'm being cautious is because of that 4005 off to the side, but it looks like he's not looking at me, so we're going to get a clear into the 50 TP. And with that, this is a pretty dang easy win. We've dealt a pretty solid chunk of damage so far. Got the mouse off to the side. Nice 420 tap into his vehicle right there. A 3, a 2, a 1, and a badonker again. There you go. Another nice 440 tap. We're over 4,000 damage dealt. And you can just see where the gun on this tank is so nice. I mean, you can't roll these numbers with your average medium. We're getting bounces as well because the turret armor on this vehicle is pretty good. This guy's just sitting there, although he manages to damage my Amarak, saving him. I don't know how my luck is that bad that he gets a damaged Amarak the moment I would have had the shell to kill him. But I don't think it matters all too much. Even if we don't get the kill, this will be an incredibly easy win. We did over 4,000 damage, and there you go. That's the 1-2-1, a pretty easy game to showcase its strengths. Now, getting a damaged Amarak does remind me to point out that this is a Chinese vehicle. And for some reason, Chinese tanks have absolutely awful Amaraks. I don't know why it is. Wargaming just made them super weak. And it's in the front corner of the vehicle. In fact, if I pull up Armor Inspector, I can show exactly where the Amarak is by looking at the modules. So if we go to X-Ray and then modules, you can see the Amarak is right there. And it's a pretty big Amarak. I mean, literally, if you poke anybody on this side, you're going to get penned in it. So you have to be very careful when exposing your tank to the right side specifically because, yeah, you can be literally Amarak poking people. So make sure that you only show your front because then you won't be hitting the Amarak. But you also have a fuel tank in the front, as you can see. So it really is, just double checking I wasn't in a game there or not, but it's just got a really bad combination of you get shot in the front, you get lit on fire. You get shot here, you get Amaraked. So be careful. Be very careful when using this vehicle that you do not overexpose your weaknesses because they will definitely demolish you. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen 1-2-1s drive out sideways against a 183 or an E100 and then kaboom! They go up in flames. But here we are in our second battle. We only have one medium against us, which is the Leopard 1. I'm not sure if that was the same Leopard, but I guess we'll see. They have a Minotauro, and he's in Cease, which means he at least knows somewhat of what to do. Our team wants to go to base A. Why do people want to go to A? I've never figured this out. Like, I seriously have never figured this out. I think it's simply because Wargaming has never, ever once made a coherent video. Because I remember they said, well, if you're in a heavy, sometimes going to A is the correct way. I don't know if that's how people go on the RU and EU server, but specifically on NA, you go to C. It's just the way of the game. Oh boy. But you know our 4005 skilled when he's got the undeniable advantage camo. Alright, well we're treating this like a comp game, so I'm going to go for base cap. We got the Leopard off to the side, and look at that aiming time. I mean, the fact that you can just instantly snap a shell into somebody, and it can roll 450, the 1-2-1 is just so nice in that aspect. Like, it really is one of the best mediums for that right there. I mean, in another medium, I would have only dealt about 350. So the fact that I can roll so much higher is just fantastic. Now, looking at the enemy team, they have no... Oh, my God. Well, there is one downside of this tank, and that is the accuracy, as I did say. It's not the most accurate vehicle, which means that, you know, shooting at lower plates or stuff like that, you're definitely going to feel as a weakness. We should be undetected at this point, so I'm going to drive back up this hill. There you go, spot the IS-7. I shouldn't be detected. No, we're not. There's the Leopard. Boop! Another nice shot, backing up. And with that, we've dealt 902 damage with 2 penning shots. I mean, the alpha is just so dang nice on this vehicle. Now, we're going to wait here for a little bit. I would say we're undetected at this point. Let's spot that 183. There you go. Another easy shot, showcasing that insanely good accuracy with that aiming time. Look at the same time. Just zoop. And then we can get another shell into you. He's just chilling there. I'm going to put on adrenaline. We should be able to finish this guy off. 3, 2, 1. Don't low roll. Oh, thank God. Okay, we're all good. Finished off the 183. A perfect example of 183 players being 183 players. So we're up on base cap. We've cleared one of their vehicles, which is pretty nice. The IS-7 might be off to our sides at this point. Oh, no, he's still over there. And we also got the AMX-50B and the Yo. All right. There's not much I have to be worried about right now. Let's just go for a shell. Boom, look at that. Again, amazing aiming time, easy snap into the IS-7. We're up to 2,500 damage already. And even though I don't agree with the way our team went, because I was able to capture the base so fast, it is giving us a slight advantage on base cap just holding here. So let's see if that IS-7 continues. Boop. Ah, that shell went a little low, so we're not going to penetrate that one. Bit unfortunate, but not too bad. Let's see. Is anybody going to poke? I know that 50B and Yo are like right here. Yeah, there's the Yo. Oh, yeah. I thought for a second I was about to go, are you kidding me? But I thought for a second we missed, but it wasn't miss. It was just a lag. All right, so at this point in time, the Cease player is getting pooped on. The Yo is in mid. Not sure if he's going to stay in mid. And I don't really care about that Cease player. But we are going to get another easy shell into the M6 Yo. We also crit his ammo rack, which has definitely got to hurt. I don't really care if that Minotauro pens me, because I don't want to... I mean, he's getting bedonked by everybody else. And by the way, armor moment. As you can see, the armor on this tank is fairly decent. So, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I could go for the IS-7. I could go for the 50B. I'm going to go for the 50B, just because the dude's got HE-able armor, and at this point in the game, I think that getting some HEs out would be a lot better for me. Oh, 625! But you can see that base cap is super high right now, so I definitely feel like it would be more important for me to go for that guy. And there you go. I do think that I made the right decision there going for the damage. So that was a 5,000 damage game. And we easily could have dealt 6,000 as well, because there was almost a full health IS-7 in front of us. The 121 is just such a nice vehicle. You can see where that aiming time is fantastic at snapping shells, even at long distances. I mean, that was a mastery. It's just such a good tank. I would highly suggest for anybody to grind down this line. First of all, it's extremely unique because it has that alpha and aiming time. And add in the fact that it's mobile, it's got armor, and it really doesn't suffer from any downside. It really is just a fantastic vehicle. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.